Washington, D.C., headquarters of the free world. George Washington himself picked this site on the banks of the Potomac. D.C.'s unique geometry has made it tricky to navigate, and many believe that the street plan contains Masonic symbols, like a compass and square. There are those who see something truly scary in a map of D.C. Looking at the site of the White House, by outlining the angled streets to its north, you can form a pentagram, a sign of the devil, pointing directly at the president's home. Seen from above, it looked like they formed the number 666, the number of the beast, the number of the devil. Oh no, yes, but Masons see it differently.
Yes, you can look at the streets in many different ways. You can connect corners here and there and come up with any kind of, almost any type of shape that you want. It is really baloney.
And its height, 555 feet, has a special meaning in Freemasonry. The monument topped out at 555 feet.
It is approximately 555 feet in elevation, and the base is 55 feet by 55. So it's all fives. And why? In Masonry, number 5 refers to the builder. So it makes sense. Washington, again, is a builder of a new nation. It doesn't mean that those guys conspire, to do that.
So does this really mean that the Washington Monument is a giant symbol of the Masons' secret power? Even worse. Even worse. Even worse. Conspiracy theorists are absolutely sure that Washington's street plan is riddled with Masonic and even satanic symbols. But are pentagrams, Masonic squares, and the number 666 really part of the Capitol's DNA? You'd think you could get the answer from the man who designed the city, Pierre L'Enfant. But there's a small problem.
There's all kinds of room for speculation about what the plan means because, as of L'Enfant's records, his papers disappeared.
And without those papers, there's no way to know the truth. In our search for the truth, we'll go behind the scenes to find out the secret histories of America's most powerful symbols. And without those papers, there's no way to know the truth. Conspiracy theorists love to claim that putting the seal there, with its eye and pyramid, there's no way to know the truth. Government officials beg to differ.
It is really baloney.
So here's the official word. There's no way to know the truth. There's no way to know the truth. Did L'Enfant intend it this way? And without those papers, without his original notes, his real intention to this day is a mystery. Once again, if we only had Pierre's original notes, we'd all know for sure. Is up under that huge dome. The centerpiece is something you don't see every day. It's the apotheosis of Washington. George Washington, as God, is known as the apotheosis of Washington. The two figures accompanying him are goddesses Liberty and Victory.
They were concerned that America was going to worship a Roman goddess in America, in the harbor.
Did a sinister conspiracy put a Roman goddess on top of the Capitol? That the Roman goddess Libertas was an actual deity in ancient times. Our goddesses Victory. The two figures accompanying him are goddesses Liberty and Victory. The two figures accompanying him are goddesses Liberty and Victory. Pierre L'Enfant. But there's a small problem.
As of L'Enfant's records, his papers disappeared.
We now bring you further eyewitness accounts of the disaster at the Empire State Building, which building suffered a An accident this morning when a plane crashed into it at 10 a.m. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System. It's 12:25 in New York City. This morning at about 10 o'clock, an Army bomber crashed into the tallest building in the world, the Empire State Building here in New York City. Fire Chief Walsh of New York says there are already 19 known dead, and the four-alarm fire has drawn every piece of fire apparatus to the busy scene of 5th Avenue and 34th Street in the heart of Manhattan. Official police reports say the B-25 crashed and exploded into the 78th floor of the skyscraper, and hundreds of office workers were trapped a fifth of a mile above the street level.